Alright everybody, welcome back to GoGo Retro. We just now entered Doughnut Land, or Doughnut Plains, whatever you like to call it. In the last episode, we took care of Iggy, we found out where Yoshi was, we spreaded our magic yellow blocks everywhere. It was a good time. But now we are in Doughnut Plains. It's time to have a little fun. Here we go. By far, Doughnut Plains #1 has to be one of my favorite levels, for this particular reason. We finally get introduced to the amazing, wonderful world that is the Cape for Super Mario World. Now, when most people saw this for the first time, myself included, I was just like, why didn't they just use the raccoon suit from Super Mario Bros. 3? But I figured, you know what, since it's super, what better way to make it super than with a cape? Now, this part right here was one of my favorite, parts as a kid. Because I remember when I saw the commercials for Super Mario World on TV, they would always show this one particular part right here, where you fly, and you just see Mario floating through all these coins. Now, I don't know whose idea it was initially to be like, you know, let's just show Mario floating through coins, and that would be the selling point. But whoever did and thought, you know, that's gonna be a good idea, I literally want to shake their hands and say, you, sir, had the best idea possible. Because, I don't know, it was so eye-catching to me. Because it was like, one, it was just like, the coins enough. Like, collecting the coins is always fun. But it's the way you were getting them. Because you remember in Super Mario Bros. 3, you would fly your distance, and then if you would just descend down. But now in this game, you actually have a way to keep your momentum going, which you're doing now with a little float. And by doing that, you're just like, oh man, this just like, it widens your ability for movement in the game. And it's fun to do because I love the little sound it makes. It's just a cute sound. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's games like this that remind me of just how awesome it was to be playing games and just having a good time and just, in a way, just being a kid, you know? Because there are certain little moments that you have as a kid back in the day when you would play a game for the first time with no helps, no walkthroughs, no nothing. You're just kind of discovering and doing things on your own. And it just makes you feel better. Oh, secret passage. Bleh. I always loved doing that when I found a key and went through the keyhole with Yoshi. Right at the end, right when the thing's about to end, you could spit the key back out. It was always cool to me. And that, and just because of the little sound that Yoshi makes when he spits something out. Since we already got the key, we can basically just fly through this level, since there's really no need for us to run through it. But that's one thing I will say in this playthrough of this game. There will be times where I go and do the same level more than once, simply because there might be top secrets in certain levels. And once I get the secrets, although the level is cleared, the level is not finished. So I will have to go back and finish the level. Just like that. I like how I did that too, a little style. I bounced off the charging Chuck's head and cleared the level. I gotta put a little finesse on how I play my games. Just a little. Alright, on to Doughnut Plains 2. This one has, I believe, a switch. We can get another switch to spread around in this level, so we're gonna do that. Also, I want to point out, not many people mention it, but I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed that when you play Super Mario World and you go into any level of the game and you have Yoshi with you, the music, or the tempo of the music, actually changes. Because if you listen to the music right here, and you hear the little rhythm, the little drum beat. It's that rhythm and that little drum beat only happens when you have Yoshi. Otherwise you wouldn't have that. It would just be the regular tune of this level that you would hear. So I always thought that was a nice little touch. It's like those little dynamic music changes in certain games that are really, I don't know. It's attention to detail. I like that. Which really makes me wonder, because like in every Mario game after this where Yoshi is in it, and you actually have the ability to ride him, the music would actually change when you rode Yoshi. So it actually makes you feel like, well, things are different. You're not playing the same way anymore. Oh, look at that! Another key! Blah. And this key is important because it gives us the green switch palace. Now this one isn't as like high excitement as the first one is because there's not a butt ton of coins. But, you know, it's a switch palace either way. And if you're like me, one of the best things to do at the Switch Palace is to see how funny you can make Mario or Yoshi look when you hit the switch. So let's see. There we go. It kind of looks like Mario's talking on a phone and holding a cup. He's just like, look, I'm gonna be in a late today. It's a long thing. Spread them out. Yeah, I guess we can continue and save. Alright, back in the level. Because, since this will be 100% completion, we have to do the levels twice. Well, just the levels with secret areas that give us new areas to go through. Since we're gonna do 100%, we gotta do every single level and if there's a secret area, we will have to go through twice. Because you don't really technically pass the level unless you go through the goalpost. So, just a little heads up. And, you know, it'll give me more time to talk to you guys and check up with you and see how you're doing. Now, since we're on the topic of Go-Go Retro now, I'm also going to be doing a little bit down the line. I'm not really sure whether or not I'm going to do it sooner than later. But it's a little side project with Go-Go Retro. I'm gonna call it Retro Rage, and it's pretty much I'm going to take certain portions or certain parts of retro games that I know from my past that are absolutely mind-numbingly hard, and I'm going to do my best to complete that certain area or that certain portion of the game. Just as more of like a redemption for me as a kid. Because I remember as a child when I would play certain parts that it would just be so frustratingly hard that once I beat them, it's just like a new level of excitement. Like now it's not so difficult because now I'm more experienced as a player. But then it was just, there would be times where I wouldn't even finish the game because of a certain part in the game. And all I can tell you is the first one, like you guys are basically right now you are getting like inside feed. You're actually going to get a little preview of it. The first episode of Roid Rage. This isn't sports. What am I talking about? Retro Rage. It's going to be the Turbo Tunnel in Battletoads Battle Maniacs for the Super Nintendo. Because if you're like me, and you played any Battletoads game, other than Battletoads Double Dragon, you know the Turbo Tunnel is one of the most frustratingly difficult portions of that game. It's like, it takes precision, it takes timing, and it just... your reflexes have to be on point when you're doing that portion of the game. So... It's gonna be fun to go back and do that. Like, who knows, maybe it'll even, like, incent me to actually do a full playthrough of Battletoads. But for right now, it's just gonna be that, because I feel like doing something like that, or playing certain levels in Ghosts and Goblins, like, just a bunch of, like, really, really hard games I remember from back in the day when I was a kid. It's like, I really want to bring that to you. It's not going to be like a completely new series or anything like that. It's just going to be like videos like every here and then, just bringing them to you. Just some more little retro goodness for you guys. So, yeah, be on the lookout. It'll be coming soon for Retro Rage. Alright. Well, as most of you can tell, I basically talked through that entire ghost house, but we went through a little secret area. And why did we go through the secret area? To get this. the top secret area. Yeah, we'll continue and save. Why not? We'll keep it on going. And there's nothing really too top secret about this. This is basically just an item refill station. So if you need yourself some fire flowers, some mushrooms, a Yoshi, or feathers, this is where you go. Mostly me, once I have the cape, I really never really see any reason to go back and use the fire flower anymore. Just because of the fact it's like the move seems like the item just seems obsolete because like there's really no use for it when you have the cape, because you can defend yourself with the cape as well as fly. So okay, let's pop that. This isn't what I need. Okay, yeah, I need to get the vine. Oh, get out of my way, booze. And gotta be honest, like, as simple as their design is, I really have to say that the boos are one of my favorite, like, enemies in the Super Mario Bros. Series. Just because they're very simplistic in their design, and there's not really a lot to them, but they're so fun to look at. And I gotta be honest, like, Mario games have some of, like, the cutest and more entertaining looking enemy design. Because, like, they're adorable, but they're deadly, and I like that. Okay. Oh, we got platforms! Grab another one. I don't know about you guys, but... Oh! Fun little fact. If you have a Yoshi, and you eat a Koopa Troopa with a blue shell, you will automatically get wings. And that goes with any, like, with any Koopa Troopa, because I believe it's the blue ones will give you wings, the red ones will give you a fireball, the green ones don't give you anything, you can just spit the shell out, and if you get the yellow one, you get like a ground pound. Or if you get like one of the super shells that have like the multicolor, you get all of those abilities. You get the pound, you get the flying, and you get the ability to shoot a fireball. So, pretty cool. And that level was easy. Super easy. I'm actually surprised that I'm flying through this as easy as I thought I would. But like I told you guys, like, I'm not gonna say that this is gonna be a no death run of this game. There will probably be a point in this game where I lose a life. Because I'm not trying to hype it up and be like, oh, I never lose a life in Super Mario World. No, that's not true. Like, I'll give it to you this way. When we get to, like, the Forest of Illusion, I believe, I think that's what it's called, or I'm gonna say Chocolate Island, around there, I'm gonna say, yeah, there will be a point in time during those sections of the level where I may lose a life or two. So that's kind of one of the reasons why you've been seeing me rack up a lot of lives, because, yeah, you don't want to risk it. Oh, I love the Starman music. I think out of all of them, out of all, like, the Starman musics that I've heard, I have to say Super Mario World's Starman music was probably my favorite. It's just very energetic. I like it. And since it's such a little brief, short tidbit of music, it's so much fun. Alright, match the blocks! Alright, we're doing bad. We're doing terrible. Come on, give me a mushroom. A mushroom. A mushroom? Thank you. A mushroom. Give me a mushroom. There we go. And, well, I got plenty of fire flowers. Okay. Morton's Castle. You know what? We're not going to do Morton's Castle yet. We still have some unfinished levels that we need to go back and do. So, let's head on to Doughnut Secret 1. Ah, a nice little dip. I honestly, there's not a lot of detail in the backgrounds here, but there's something very pleasing about the water levels in the Super Mario game. Like, kudos to the composer of the music in this game. Because it's like, you know how when you play something or you hear something or see something, and it instantly like throws you back to those simpler times when you played it the first time? Or it reminds you of something that just really just made you happy, or like a good memory. That's what games like this do for me. Because it's almost like as soon as like the music kicks, or as soon as I jump on something or anything like that, I'm instantly reminded of like the first time I did it as a kid, and it just reminds me of how great that was, how amazing that feeling is. Because like these days you can't really get a feeling like that, at least that often anyway. I mean, it's still possible, but it's just, I don't know. It's just so nice to have that feeling. Like, not a lot of things can do that these days, so it's pretty cool. But spit the key out. Okay, next secret. Doughnut's secret house. It's time to enter the ghost home. I always thought it was weird that I could never take Yoshi into the ghost house with me. But it's apparently you can't bring him in there because Yoshi is afraid of ghosts. Ah, I got hit. Dang it. Give me my feather. I want my feather. Give it. There we go. I'm just shaking it off. Shake it off. No, I'm not gonna do that song. So, enough of that. Gotta stock them up. I don't use the fire flower that much, but that's one thing I also wanted to point out. The spin jump in this game. It's a lot more handy than most people lead off to believe. Because I know I've seen people play this game before, and when it comes to like the boos and everything like that, I never see them like, it's like, oh no, I can't get past them, I can't get past them, I can't jump over them. And they never do the spin jump on them. You can spin jump on the boos and not take any damage. Like, I don't understand why no one ever does that, but that's why I'm here. I show you these things. Whoa! We got a big boo! I love the boos, they're so cute. Oh, get away! Ah, you took my feather, you jerk! Good thing we had the fire flower. Oh boy. And you're done! That wasn't so bad. Now, what do we get for beating this giant boo? Star Road! The first panel to take us to Star Road. But I am not going to do the Star Road levels. I think I'm going to hold off on the Star Road levels until after we get through the game. Like, I think I'm going to do those last. Like, we're going to beat the game, and then I'm probably going to do, like, a Super Mario World extra, and then I'm going to do the Star Road levels. Just for fun, because the Star Road levels are apparently the hardest levels in the game, so... I mean, they're not too crazy difficult, but they're still pretty tough. And you see what I mean? You can jump on the Big Boo as long as you do a spin jump. No damage whatsoever. I need a mushroom. Thank you, game. Always looking out for me. And like, I want to do it as much as possible. That way you guys actually, like, know it's legit. You can actually do it on the boos. There's no cheats, there's no Game Genie hacks or whatever you want to call it. You can literally spin jump on the boos. So, and through the magic door. Yeah. Here's a little funny thing that I found out. When you clear the level and everything and Mario throws up the peace sign, apparently that's not peace. For some reason in like Japan, when they do that in like video games, it doesn't mean peace, it means victory. Because it's actually, he's holding up a V for victory. And I was actually really surprised by that. I had no idea. I thought it was just a peace sign. It was like, yeah, peace. Because like it was during the 90s and a lot of people were just really like hip and like peace, man, you know, and all that stuff. But no, he did it because it stood for victory. And I always thought that was pretty interesting. And I actually didn't find that out until about 2 years ago. I love the music in this game. Like, there's not a ton of, like, music tracks, but the music is, like, the few tracks that it has is just so, like, great. Like, this is one way you can tell that I like video game music so much, like, because most people who who listen to a lot of music and everything like that, you would like look on their like music playlists or like their iPhones or iPods or whatever. Wait, let's grab an extra life first. Booyah! Extra life. Anyway, but yeah. When you look at most people's phones and you see their music selections and everything, it's usually like of like hip hop or popular music and everything like that. Me, if you honestly were to look into my phone right now, you would mostly see video game soundtracks and video game music, because for some reason, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm like editing videos, like, you know, just reading up on stuff, driving in my car, I like to listen to video game music, because when I listen to video game music when I'm normally playing, I'm usually in a very calm and relaxed state, and it's just very calming to me. And since I have such a big connection with games, the music of them is just, I don't know, it puts me in a happy place. It's like if I want to relax and I don't want to, like, you know, seem too stressed out or whatever, I would like this song right here, the underwater music. Just like you listen to it and it puts you in a good mood. It puts you in a nice little relaxed, happy mood. Like, just take a listen to this music for a couple of seconds. How can that? You see what I'm saying? It's just so quaint and so nice. It makes me feel good. Which most video game music should. But that's just how it is. It's just a good old time. And what it really makes me wonder, like, for you guys watching, like, do you have a favorite video game soundtrack? Or is there a particular video game theme that you really love to listen to that always puts you in a good place? I'm curious to know. Like, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Let me know what video game music you like to listen to that puts you in just that happy place and that happy mood. I'm curious to see. I mean, who knows? Maybe I can actually find some that I've never heard of or even listened to, and I can check it out. I'm always curious to listen to new game music. And can we get a high number? 29. It's not bad. 29 is a good number. Victory! I think we got all the levels in Doughnut Land taken care of. So I think we can head on to Morton's Castle now. Entering Morton's Castle. Alright. Let me in, please. Thank you. Alright. Now, if you're like me, you love the castle portions of these games. But let's just say, for fun, you don't want to go through the entire castle. Well, at least in Morton's Castle, I know a shortcut, and I will show you exactly where it is. These little thwomps need to just go somewhere. They're kind of blowing my momentum, so let's see if I can... Oh, no! Okay, give me feather. Whoa, okay. Oh, dang it, whoa! Okay, let's try this again. Yeah! Okay, how'd I screw that up? There's no enemies. There we go. Alright. You just fly up here, and you go through this pipe. And then you get a bonus game. Look at that. Extra life. Dang it. Okay, let's try this again. Dang it. One more time. Dang it. We're gonna get it. Haha, perfect. As I predicted. Alright. But as I showed you, if you actually go through that warp pipe, you actually can skip a good portion of the castle, so you don't have to go through all of it. Which makes it pretty easy to just get through and get to the final boss level. So, now all we got to do is just make the climb. Ooh. Extra feather, don't mind if I do. Just hopping on up. Dry bones. Get rid of you. Boing, boing. Let me through. There we go. So, and that's one thing I will admit, that from this game, compared to Super Mario Bros. 3, like, the Koopa Kids, or the Koopalings, as some would call them, they're not like, they all have like something different about them in this game. Because I know in Super Mario Bros. 3 it would pretty much be the same kind of like fight, but some would be heavier than others and everything like that. No! Dang it. Good thing I have a spare. Anyway, but yeah, like there's actually variety in the boss fights this time around. They all do something a little different, which is kind of nice. Excuse me, Dry Bones. Head on through. Alright. Let's go, Morton. He does look like a goofy little Bowser. Yeah, go. Give me one more. And... oh, dang. Come down here. Come down here. Whoa! And 3. Mode 7. Yeah! My cape is all aflutter. Again, boss is fun, but not that difficult. That's what I like about this game. Thank you! Hooah! Ooah! Ooah! Morton Koopa Jr. of the Castle No. 2 is now just a memory. The next area is the underground Vanilla Dome. What traps await Mario in this new world? What will become of Princess Toadstool? And we will find out just exactly what those trials and tribulations will be in the next episode. So I hope you guys are ready. In the next episode, we're taking on Vanilla Dome. I'll see you guys in the next one. Love your faces. See you next time. See you later.
Super Mario World. Super Mario World. It's a blast from the past. It's Super Mario World. You got to move fast. Mario and Luigi are doing what they can. Yoshi and the princess are giving them a hand. Super Mario World. Super Mario World. It's a blast from the past. In Super Mario World.